Okay, we'll call to order this meeting of the local alcoholic beverage board of Allen County. Monday, July 14th, 2025 at 9:32 a.m. Board members present: Dan Friedenberg,
Christopher, Pat Pastrick.
We have 23 items on the agenda. Renewals, a few renewals with violation, and one transfer application. I'll start by asking, is there anyone here who wishes to speak against any permits? Okay. If you're here to speak for a permit, please raise your right hand. Do each of you solemnly swear or affirm under the penalties of perjury that the answers you have given on your application or any testimony you may give or in response to any questions asked by this board to be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth? Thank you. We'll start with renewals. They are RC 02-90150, Beer Wine Liquor Fraternal Club, AmVets Post number 33. RR 02-05649, Beer Wine Liquor Restaurant for Southtown Inn. RR 02-83168, Beer Wine Liquor Restaurant, Oli's Pizza. RR 02-00933, Beer Wine Liquor Restaurant, AJ's USA Bar and Grill. RR 02-22569, Beer Wine Liquor Restaurant, 6 Mile Place. DL 02-99062, Beer Wine Liquor Pharmacy for Kroger, number 412. RR 02-01764, Beer Wine Liquor Restaurant for Casa Grande. RR 02-26956, Beer Wine Restaurant, La Puerta Negra. RR 02-27930, Beer Wine Liquor Restaurant, Hi Ho Again. RR 02-02213, Beer Wine Liquor Restaurant, O'Reilly's Irish Bar and Restaurant. RR 02-30587, Beer Wine Liquor Restaurant, Longhorn Steakhouse, 5544. DL 02-30344, Beer Wine Grocery Store, Stop on the Way 15. RR 02-32623, Beer Wine Restaurant, Woodhouse Day Spa. RR 02-34428, Beer Wine Retailer, Sochu. RR 02-36520, Beer Wine Liquor Restaurant, Velasquez Brothers. RR 02-39278, Beer Wine Liquor Restaurant, Peppermint Hippo. RH 02-30248, Beer Wine Liquor Hotel, The Townhouse. RR 02-41478, Beer Wine Restaurant, Crescendo Coffee and Cafe. And RR 02-41552, Beer Wine Liquor Riverfront for Brew Burger Bar. There's no discussion from the board. I'll look for a motion to approve.
Motion approved.
Second.
Motion to approve in a second. All in favor by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed say no. Motion carries.
Your name was read off there. You're free to go when you're done.
Next item on the agenda is renewal of DL 02-21833, Beer Wine Dealer Grocery Store for the Fresh Market. You wanna have a seat up here for me, please?
Morning.
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 Have you state your name for the record?
Rob Benedum,
Danielle Bostwick.
Rob, can you spell your last name?
Benedum,
And your position?
Regional Manager of Operations.
And ma'am, your name again, I'm sorry?
Danielle, Danielle, Bostwick, Bostwick, and I'm the store manager at the store.
Thank you. And are you familiar with the violation from February of this year?
Yes.
Could you tell us about that and the steps you've taken to remedy the situation?
So as I understand it, I received a call from my store. There is a team member that was selling alcohol during a sting operation to a minor. We did not ask for an ID and just completed the transaction for a single bottle of beer. As soon as I found out, we validated that the training was intact, and it was in fact intact. And so we did an emergent, immediate termination of that team member for violation of our company policy. Since then, we made sure that we retrained all of our team members on the alcohol process, which is computer-based training and validation that they knew and understand the policy for sales and consumption of alcohol. And so since then, we've had 0 violations and expect to have 0 violations as well moving forward with the processes that we put in place and continue to have in place.
And, what do your registers prompt for an ID, a birthday? What's the process?
So when a person brings alcohol to the register, we ask for ID. If they look for years of 40 years or younger, they are to obtain a issued license or passport or military ID, put in the birth date. If the birth date is not 21 years of age or older, then it restricts the register. Unfortunately, this is where it screwed up, where the person didn't ask for an ID, so didn't have an opportunity to put a number in or birthday in, and therefore completed the transaction.
Okay, but just when you scan an age restricted item, it doesn't
It-
automatically ask
Yes.
for it?
Got it.
Yes,
Yeah.
it does.
It does?
Yeah.
Okay, so she just,
She
you could override
forced
it.
a fake year.
Okay,
Cause we don't scan the licenses like at other
Right.
retailers. We manually enter
Input the
in the
birthday.
8 digits.
so
And
she just
so-
put something in that made it 21.
Correct. Yep.
Oh, yeah, there's no history at the location.
Mhm.
Any questions for us?
No, we apologize. We want to be better stewards of the community, and so that's why we made sure we took steps to retrain our teams, and it's highly on the radar with all the management and the operations, and then Danielle cares about the community. I live in Indianapolis. I drove up to make sure that I appeared for it. Danielle's local, of course, and so we both have active interest to make sure that we protect the community, be stewards of the community.
Excellent. Further discussion?
Motion approved. Second.
Enough to approve in a second. All in favor by saying aye?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, say no. Motion carries. Thank you very much.
Thank you, appreciate it.
All right, next up, RR 02-35598, beer, wine, liquor, restaurant renewal for Pierre's.
Morning, guys.
Morning.
Morning. Morning.
If I could have you both state your name for the record, please.
Nick Katsouleris,
Next, spell your last name.
Katsiliers.
And your relationship to the permit.
General Manager.
And then, sir,
Carl Urban, URBAN. And I'm with, DG Properties.
DG Properties is the owner of the permit.
Yes, yes, sir.
You're here representing the interest of the owner.
Yes,
And are you guys familiar with the violation from March of this year for the public nuisance?
Yes.
Okay, if you want to go ahead and tell us about that and, what you were doing to try and improve the situation?
Well, I believe it was from, excessive police calls made. And, we're obviously, we put a lot of behind this because it is a challenging situation, but, Carl actually, has, been very aggressive with, he increased the not just security, but parking lot security, which has been a big factor. And then, of course, we've done other things internally to help for one is a big advantage is closing early. Zero tolerance, basically put in place, instituted, things like a cover charge to punish people if they do come late. No new faces policy after certain times, if the management feels like, it needs to be done. And then excessive training with the security and staff to try to see if we can get ahead of this. But Carl's, implementation as parking lot security has been, I think, definitely noticeable.
And when you say closing early, what's early?
Well, we close the doors. It depends on what's going on at that night. If it's just a regular night, we try to close around 2, for example. 1:30 last call, 2:00, we're done. If we feel like it has to be, pushed up, then we push it up to even, maybe 12:30, 1:00. Doors closed.
And I assume previously it was, you were open till
3:00, 7 days a week. Yeah.
And, primarily the operations are in Bobby McGee's, correct? Unless there's an event or,
Bob McGee's is open 7 days a week. The venue is only open for, events. Correct.
And then part of the problem too was the whole thing about the excessive police calls is it reverts. I was with Stan Liddell when he used to own it. Okay. I worked for him for 20 years. It all reverts back to that address is what always gets marked, the 5629. So it could be a call for peanuts or pulvers or something that happened at the other end of the plaza by McDonald's. It all gets called in. So we have, gone to the extent I've been down and talked to the police department to, get it to where it's, where is the call for? Because they show up and it's not for, they were closed a lot of the times when the calls were, called out for a problem. They're being called to pulvers or peanuts. But every time it's always, where you at, Pierre's? So hopefully the police department is more, he's actually hired off-duty police officers and some of them have, gone and talked to their supervisors and said, hey, this has gotten to be, they can see it now, and people that are on that beat, there's 2 or 3 police officers that are on that beat in that area. And they say, yeah, it always gets called in as Pierre's.
right, you're kind of the default because you're the bigger name.
Exactly, yeah. It's
Pierre's
like,
Mall.
it always, that's why that's why I stepped in and said, hey, to all those bars, you guys need to do parking lot security.
Yeah, everybody.
Because that was a problem, where they were partying in the parking lot.
And DG owns the
The whole
marketplace, right? The
plaza,
whole plaza.
yes. Yep. So we required, we could, as the owner and there are tenants, we can require them to do that. So they, they do have, parking lot security. That's all they do now is go through the parking lot and run people off.
When was this?
That was
Increased
started,
security
you
implemented.
know when that
It's at
started?
least a month ago.
It's been, let's see. So no, a month ago would have been, it was probably the end of May they started.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
And do you feel that that's helping thus
Oh,
far?
yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
big time.
And the other fact too, that we have talked to like I say, the officers that do run that regularly, we know a lot of them now and they do make, sweeps through there. And they have told their, that, hey, when it gets called in, they need to be, the desk sergeant should ask, where's this at? And they don't do that. They just say Marketplace, Canterbury, Pierre's, boom, and it's done. And so that's what's on the record every time. That's why excise came in and said, hey, this is too many calls. You're getting excessive calls. And it wasn't always for Pierre's.
Do you plan on continuing in perpetuity to increase security?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's.
Yeah, it has to be now. It all stems back, I think, they're getting a lot more when Peanuts got sold. And it's a new owner there and he's doing good. He's bringing in a lot more people. So I think it just, you gotta do security. We required him to put so many on each night too. And we told Palmer's the same thing. You have to have, on the weekend nights, I'd say, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, we've been telling them you have to have security there.
If we
You
get,
can't just do it yourself. They were, cause that for a while there, they were just checking IDs at the bar. And you know how that happens when you get so busy,
Mhm.
so now they're doing it where everybody's stopping them at the door. So doing it
And
correctly.
You guys have doormen as well, correct?
yes,
Are you familiar that as of July 1, that your doormen checking IDs are required to have employee permits as well?
you know what, that's something where, I will discuss with them. I'm pretty sure that most of them did have that, but I did not verify with each one of them.
Okay.
I talked to the main, owner of the company that we sub-use.
Yeah, that would be something to, double check on, because as of July 1, they're required to have the same permit.
The same permit as the bartenders.
Correct.
Oh, okay. That's good.
And I think that's a little bit more so that if they're found letting minors in, that they can kind of be held more responsible,
Oh, okay.
instead of just the bartender getting in trouble. The doorman can be held responsible for letting minors in as well.
Now, just the doorman checking the IDs, not the whole staff.
Correct.
Okay.
Right, whoever's up there checking the IDs for entrance.
Okay.
Might want to pass that on to the other.
The other
Yeah.
bar, okay, yeah, cause I don't know if anybody knew that.
Dennis,
Yeah.
it does have it. He's the one who usually checks it.
Dennis, yeah,
so-
Dennis does,
'cause
but I
it
mean,
costs-
you know, the Fort Security that we use, you know, a lot. I don't know if he knows that. I'm gonna call. the
Probably
owner of the
not. Like I
Company,
said,
yeah,
it's only 2 weeks old.
yeah. So I mean, he might not have, yeah. I guess they wouldn't have gotten a notice, yeah.
Another thing during events, we would love to be able to hire Portland police. That's something that would make everyone, I think, comfortable with. But I know that I've heard rumors that that's not possible, so consistently. So that's something where we would definitely invest in that. In
Sure.
addition to everything we're doing,
Right.
especially for more high profile events, I think it's mandatory, should be mandatory, but we can't, force the police department to.
Yeah, yeah. And I don't know what their policies are as far as what they can and what they cannot work for security.
Yeah, that's what we heard.
So my understanding is you guys have enrolled in the PACE program,
Yes,
and in addition to that, so you're cutting your hours back to 2 o'clock. And what I heard is that isn't getting it done. We may look at even moving it earlier. Are you doing anything different relative to, as you're employing these folks, checking their backgrounds? I have 43 cases here and 3 of them are warrants. You've hired folks that have warrants out for their arrest already.
we've looked into that. I mean, that's been tricky because we asked for the employee permit, they provided it, and then we found out after the fact, that they had a problem. I didn't know it was that many, so we can definitely, if we can figure out a system, we can verify that, I guess. I'm not exactly sure how we would go about it. I guess we'd have to hire a third party for that.
And I'm sorry, I'm not a good resource. for you.
Yeah.
We don't ever run into this.
There were
The fact
40,
you had 3 of them.
really?
Well, no, I'm saying
Oh.
43, I have 43 incidents here.
Oh, okay.
And 3 of them.
Oh, we're, okay, that makes, okay,
Yeah,
I'm
okay.
sorry if I.
Yeah, that kind of scared me. I'm like, wait a minute.
I know one of them was a karaoke guy.
Yeah, the
We had no
karaoke
idea.
guy,
The kitchen cook that,
yes, and then I think one of the
What are your
bartenders. Oh, it was a
our
security.
security,
Oh, that was the guy, yeah.
he was a
He did,
temporary,
yeah,
a substitute.
and he had a one out.
And your security team is a third party that you contract with, right? Or are they your
Fort
employees?
Security, we have, our internal guys, our, house guys, and then we hire the Ford guys for, events.
But on just a traditional night, it's in-house employees.
For the most part, we have a manager that's also a security guard and, about 2 or 3 regular, security in-house that we depend on, we trust 100%.
I'd like to ask one other thing. So I see you do a lot of banning of customers.
Mhm.
At a high level, help me understand, what's that look like? So when you ban
Oh,
someone,
okay.
are they banned forever? And how do you monitor that? Or are they banned for 3 months?
Like the banning, like, okay, if they're banned from the plaza, we do ban a lot, like you'll see the ones that are, yeah, those are trespasses, a lot of them are. And that might have to do with somebody that is constantly living in the parking lot, or, I had to ban a lot of people. We didn't realize that we thought it was a nursing home that's next to us. And that is it's a nursing home, but it's also for, half of it, I guess, is for people that, I don't know how you say, that are mentally challenged or whatever. And so we're having a real problem with, they were getting out and coming over and panhandling on the plaza. And that's the other thing, any panhandlers, we automatically ban them from, plaza, because we have that plaza and Riviera Plaza across the street. So
you
we
guys
ban
on-
them from both.
Are you guys on that local program that a lot of the bars are on where you share the information? as
Yes,
far as-
that's with,
So if somebody's banned from this place. they're
yeah,
banned
then they're
from this
banned
place.
from, I guess, yeah, I didn't realize that, but yeah, they're banned from everywhere.
I think Mitchell's started that.
Yes,
Mitchell's
Todd
in-
Smith, yep. But yeah, we do, there's a lot of
So
people
if
we
you
do ban,
scan the ID and it'll pop up and tell you whether they've been banned.
then they're not allowed to come in.
That's what I was interested in, is how do you actually manage? it?
Yeah. So, but I mean, some of my people we have banned aren't in that system because it wasn't alcohol related.
Right, yeah, it's
Ordeal,
not somebody trying to get in the bar.
Yeah,
They're
it's just-
banned from the plaza.
Yeah, they're just, I'll get that where, or we ban, like, we have a problem with trucks, parking there, just leaving them. And so we'll ban people too for that. I don't want them know, we've told them, I mean, you're tearing my parking lot. I just spent $150,000 repaving the whole place. So we didn't want trucks anymore. We don't allow them in there. If they're deliveries, they go in the back of the building.
Okay.
So, and that's, you will see a lot of them that are banned, and we do ban through the police department.
Well, my impression is you guys are taking this serious. I want to reinforce to you that this is a privilege that you have
Yes.
the permit. And the expectation is that you're gonna maintain a high and fine reputation. And that you're not creating a bad, environment for the other businesses that are around you. With 43 instances here in the last 15 months, it's important that you guys make a step in the right direction here. So what I'm gonna suggest is that we renew you for a year. My motion is to renew for a year. And we'd like to see that you guys have got your arms around this, and things are getting better. And then we can look at a 2-year next year.
Second.
We have a motion for 1 year renewal and a second. All in favor by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed say no. Motion carries.
Good
Thank
luck,
you,
you
gentlemen.
guys.
Thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Hey, the 43 incidents, is that, where do I see that? Is that something the police department?
It'd
put
be,
out,
you'd
or-
have to reach out, like if you wanted a
Yeah.
copy of the report.
Yeah, I wanna see what, yeah, just,
You'd have
because I
to,
think a lot of them were the ones I was trying to dispute with, they're not all Pierre's.
yeah, you'd have
But
to
they
reach
all
out
got-
to the Alcohol and Tobacco Commission and,
Oh, okay, they can give me, okay.
yeah, and request a
Call our
copy
guy
of the
that's,
report.
okay, perfect.
Yep.
I appreciate
Yeah,
it.
you're welcome.
Just to go back and kind
Yeah.
of see what you're saying.
Sure.
So,
Thank you,
thank
guys.
you.
Yeah, thank you.
Next item is RR 02-23790, Beer Wine Restaurant for Hawkins House of Fish. Good morning.
Morning. Yes.
Have you state your name for the record, please? If I could have you state your name for the record.
Hawkins,
Robert Hawkins. Robert, you're the owner, correct? You're the owner of the permit,
I
right?
got this letter.
Right. No, what I'm saying is you own the permit.
Oh, yes, I
Okay.
do.
Yes.
Yeah, here.
My understanding is, so we've continued you a couple months. My understanding is you have been in contact with Prosecutor Wignall, but you have yet to come to an agreement, correct?
Right, I talked with them and, they wanted to know what kind of changes that we had made, you know, to kind of curb the outside. Everything's on the outside, not inside. And what I did, this past week, installed cameras, all the way around the building and gonna cut the hours on the time that we open. And they want me to submit that in writing to him, and that's what I'm in the process of doing at this
What are you,
point.
what are you planning for your hours to be?
When do I,
What are you planning on your hours being?
no later than 12.
Okay, so you close at midnight every night?
11:30 and 12 will be closing,
Okay,
yeah.
okay. And you're still in the process of getting that information to him?
Yes, I'll
Okay,
get it to him within the next day or so. I'll have a letter in the mail,
okay.
yeah.
So again, as we discussed previously, there, you know, until this is wrapped up with him, we can't do anything for you here.
Okay,
But I'm glad to hear that you're making progress.
okay,
All
all right.
Any comments or anything?
My only, comment for you is, so you recognize you can't serve alcohol in the meantime. Is that, am I correct with that?
We haven't since April.
Right, since you've been, yeah.
Yeah, good.
So, our next hearing will be August 11th.
Okay,
So if you get everything ironed out, you come back here August 11th, and then we'll proceed with this part of the process.
okay,
Okay?
all right, thank you.
And my guess is that needs to be resolved by the end of July probably, right? In
Right.
order to get the clearance for next month.
Okay.
Stay with it.
All right.
All
Thank you,
right.
sir. Okay, last item on the agenda is RR 02-42603 Beer Wine Liquor Restaurant transfer for Bubba's 33.
Morning. Greg Genrick with Bradford and Riley here for Bubba's 33. This is a concept owned by Texas Roadhouse. size-wise about the same size as Applebee's would be. This will be their sixth location in Indiana. They acquired the license from O'Reilly's.
Surprised, I didn't even realize O'Reilly's had closed down. I knew they'd switched to a Mexican restaurant and then I
Yeah.
didn't know that.
Yeah.
And then, new construction, they're looking to open,
Probably November timeframe.
okay. And then this is the location of Chili's, there by, across from the mall.
Sure. I had a question.
Yeah.
Did I see on the application that, the applicants had felony and misdemeanor counts and there was Indiana Beverage Commission violations?
There were violations, yes. And the CEO had a DUI in the eighties in Sarasota, Florida. That's the only conviction.
Okay.
Because I think the question, it puts misdemeanors and felonies together in the same box, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't
Yeah.
see the background information.
Yeah, and the violations, I mean, they've had SAC violations. Employee permits, nothing. That's the kind of the two. They have a
Across
zero.
the 6 stores.
I don't think there's been any for Bubba's, but Texas Road has their own, and we had to put those on
Yeah,
there as
okay,
well.
I got what you're saying.
Yeah, and
It's
You know,
appeals, both, as
they have-
ministers.
they have a zero tolerance for if a civil minor, you're discharged, retrain the entire staff.
Okay.
Motion approved.
Second. Motion approved in a second. All in favor by saying aye?
Aye.
Aye. Those say no.
Well, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Good luck. to
Thank you.
Yep.
Any other business for the board?
None?
Sir? Okay, we could do that. So let us wrap up here real quick and then we can answer those.
Oh, shut down.
Yeah, you guys are good.
You did?
Yep, you're on Mac renewal.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. All right, seeing no other business, I'll look for a motion to adjourn.
So move.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Meeting adjourned.